So I'm with Callum. Callum, brother, talk me through it, man. You've been in Trinity for a while now. Why don't you introduce yourself for everyone watching and tell us a bit about your story and what it was that actually, we'll say, motivated you to even want to get into Trinity in the first place?
Aye, so 25, I'm from Derry. I went traveling after university, went to Australia for a year, was out there working on sites.
Yeah.
Actually ended up, doing the swings, 10 fours just above ground in the mines. And I actually did 3 months in Thailand as well. That was probably the best 3 months of my life, like, but I kept seeing people out there on laptops and stuff, and I was just thinking to myself, what the fuck are these at, like? I
Yeah.
was just, at the time, I was just running around like fucking a madman, to be fair, like, I had no laptop with me, but when I got back home in the Derry, I was away for about a year and a half, and I sort of fell back into a factory job in Derry City just for handiness, like.
Yeah.
And I was in there, lad, for about a year before I got sent away to work in Amsterdam for the same company, just away on site. And I ended up doing 6 months out there, and it was awful. Just working away, doing long hours, fucking barely having any time to yourself. Like, you were doing 12-hour shifts, and then by the time you got home and got washed, your day was done, like. And when the job finished up, I had about 2 weeks off, and I actually stumbled across one of your videos on Instagram, and I just thought, here, fuck it. I give you a text and see what the crack is. I think about maybe 2, 3 days later, jumped on a call with yourself then, and aye, there was no going back after that. I thought, right, this is it now. If I know this is what I want to do, I want that freedom to go back to Thailand and go, all places in the world and just work remote, lad, and actually
Yeah.
have control of your life instead of fucking being stuck in a job.
Aye, because like you were obviously in FIFO. Talk me through the FIFO, man. Like, what was it, 2 weeks on, 1 week off?
Mine wasn't too bad. It was still shit enough. Like, I was 10 days on, four off, but you
Aye,
were
yeah.
7 hours inland from Sydney, so you were in the middle of absolute nowhere, like, and
Right.
it was fucking probably about 40 degrees every day for the 10 days, so you were red off by the time you got out of there. But it was tough old gig. Like, you were probably working from 77, getting up at around 6. Time you were getting back into your digs and getting sorted was about 8. And sure, shower, dinner, but by that time it was 9 o'clock and you were ready for your bed again. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And obviously you went over there to experience that. You went to Thailand, and that's when you started seeing all these fucking, well, laptop lifestyle, digital nomads. These people end up in cafes with laptops. And like, would you say that was like what sparked the curiosity for you in the first place? Then, like, what are these fuckers at? Like, why are they sitting down in their laptops? Like, how are they doing it?
definitely. I hadn't a clue what they were doing, and I guess I probably could have went over and asked them. I don't know why I didn't, to be honest, but
Like
too
you
busy,
said, you were too busy running around being the madman.
too busy on them buckets, for fuck's sake. I had no time for a laptop. But I basically that just seeing it, that sort of made you think, and then just as time went on and you were always seeing sort of stuff coming into the online space, and I didn't pay too much attention. Might have seen it on my phone, watched the video, and that was about it. But I don't know what it was. I just sort of seen what you were doing on your Instagram and your TikTok, and it all sort of made sense. Even your videos being like, I was a welder a year ago. Now I work remote and I've control of my life, and I was sort of thinking, I always seen Americans and maybe people from England doing this, but I thought, they weren't like me. They obviously had different capabilities to go in and do it. But
Yeah, yeah.
seeing yourself, lad, just sort of resonated with me. And I thought, right, if this cunt from Tyrone can do it, then, why can't I? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, because like you came back, right? You said you jumped into the warehouse work. Next thing, because it was like shelving you were building or something, wasn't it?
It was like panel work, lad. I was companies called E&I Engineering in Derry. They have a load of factories. Like, I was just in the one out in Kempsey. But basically, you were building panels, but it's on repeat. Like, you might have a panel for 6 months, just every day the same work, and then you get
Yeah,
a
it's
new
so
project
catchy.
for 6 months. It's just like it's robotic work, like, and it wasn't ideal. You're told when they take your break, when they take your lunch. It was fucking like being back in school, like, as a grown man.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously you're saying that like you went to, where was it again you said you went to?
On site out in Amsterdam, I was out
Yeah,
there.
Amsterdam, right? So you probably now were you thinking yourself, fuck, I'm gonna get an odd taste of traveling again. I'm going to be away from home. But then was it just the complete opposite then? It was like you said, long days, repetitive work, being told when to take lunch breaks as a grown man, basically.
Well, the traveling part was right. You were getting away, but you had no time to see anything. You were. like I said about Australia, it was the same sort of crack. Hey, you were doing 77s on site. You were an hour away from the site, so you were leaving the gaff at 6, not getting home to 8 o'clock. Shower, dinner, go to bed. You were even working Saturday, so you had time off on a Sunday. But by the time I did my washing, went and got me groceries for the week and got stuff sorted, it was fucking. You didn't have much time to enjoy the place or see the place, like. So I thought, right, this can't go on forever, like. No way.
So what was your mindset though, lad? Because obviously you're saying you came across me, but what was your mindset like when you're in Amsterdam, when you're doing these long hours, were you thinking to yourself like, I want to do something online to be like those people that I seen in Thailand, or like what was kind of going through your head at that stage?
Ah. I wasn't probably thinking about the people in Thailand. I was just sort of thinking, being in work every day and doing the hours that I can't live like this forever. Like, no matter how much money you get working away, it's not worth the what you're giving up. Like, and I guess I just sort of thought to myself, right, just do it now for a few months, get the money saved up. But like, there's no way it's gonna be me for the rest of my life. Like, I want to be in control and get time back. So I guess I was just sort of thinking whenever I finished up with that job that right, now's the time they look on this on and actually have a go at it.
Beautiful. And then obviously when you had that, let's say that realization, right, it's time for me to look into something now. I don't really have the freedom I'm after. I'm
Mm.
making good money being away, but again, like what I'm sacrificing for the money is not worth it, right? You came across me, talk me through that, lad. Like, obviously, I know you said earlier on you seen this handsome fella from Tyrone and thought, holy fuck, he's so smart, right? Look at him. Talk me through the thought process, lad. Like, and getting started. Let's say your journey with Trinity so far, then.
Aye, so joined towards the end of September, so about 6 or 7 months now I'm actually in it, aye. And yeah, jumped on a call with yourself. Didn't know what to expect to be honest. Didn't fucking haven't really done nothing like that before in my life, so it was just a bit like right, we'll jump on for the crack and see what happens. But I just after speaking with you and getting a chat, you probably made me realise that I something I always knew myself anyway. Maybe just brought it a bit more to my attention. Like deep down, I always knew I wanted to do something more, and even go my own way and try something new. I
Yeah,
didn't want to just be working for the rest of my life. Like that was never the case.
yeah,
But
100%.
I guess just having a chat with yourself and making me realize that it actually is possible, and it's not easy. Like that's the wrong word, but it's achievable. It's definitely there for the taking. Like if you come in and apply yourself.
Yeah, and that's the thing, lad. Like a lot of boys kind of have that mindset where, fuck, I left school at 15, 16, 17, 18, and maybe I didn't get the results I wanted to with exams, or maybe I wasn't that smart at it. All I know now is this line of work I'm in, whether it's fucking being in Australia, jumping fucking into warehousing or being in a trade, right? And they have this mindset of I can't really transition into something online because I've never done it.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like at the end of the day, bro, you can do whatever you want as long as you're willing to actually put the time and effort in. And for you, then, right? You said you've been in here 6 months. Talk me through what was the first month like when you came in? Did you get any results? What happened?
I actually did, to be fair, lad. I think after 3 weeks, I actually landed a role. First couple of weeks, I just went through the training with yourself and just jumped on the coaching calls. And then once I had a bit of understanding and a bit of knowledge, I thought, right, fuck it, I'm going to start applying for roles here. And 3 weeks in, I landed at a remote role as a BDR. That's like a business development representative, basically like setting up the appointments for the account executives or the closers just in the company I work for.
Beautiful. And how long did it take you to land this role?
3 weeks, lad. So,
Three
to be
weeks,
fair, it
man.
was quicker than expected. Like
3 weeks in, right? You landed this role, and then that was it. You were full time in this role, full time online, full time remote, or were you
full
doing it
time online in 3 weeks, lad. Yep, 100%.
full time
Haven't
online in 3 weeks?
it's March now. Well, I end of March now. And I haven't worked on a job, I say, well, a physical job like on site since August. So I what's that? Fucking 7 8 months now, just being fully remote. Not
Fucking
too
hell,
bad.
lad. Talk me through the transition though, going from obviously being in the warehouse, traveling to different countries, like you saying you're in the Netherlands and or Amsterdam and whatnot, working all day to then transitioning to being fully remote. What was that process like for you? Because obviously, like it can be kind of a bit strange to adapt to at the start. But talk me through that process for you. What do you think of it?
I don't know about strange. I sort of felt like, right, this is more like it in terms of the process. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you weren't getting up at stupid o'clock to go to site. I still get up early, I have a good routine. Like, I'll wake up at maybe 6 or half 6, but I'm not going to a job I don't like. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the sauna and I'm coming back for 9 o'clock and, I'm feeling fresh. Like, I'm in the house then, doing work from the comfort of my own home, sip me a coffee, can go out for your lunch breaks to meet one of the mates or something for a bit of food and whatnot. So, time and freedom, lad. Like I'm finishing work probably at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, and I'll have my day's work done in the house. I'll have my gym done, sauna done, so I'll literally have the whole evening to get back. And I don't think I've had that time since I was probably 17 or 18, and I was still in school. Like,
So, do you see the way you talk about there, lad? You talked about you're not getting up at stupid o'clock. You're focusing more on your health, the sauna, the gym. Talk me through that. Like, what's it like for you then, kind of having that, we'll say, time freedom then, where you are able to structure your days around what you want? Like, how does that actually feel for you then?
see if that there for me probably is the best thing. To be honest, just having control and having all that time back. Because for years and years, lad, when I was away working in Australia and Amsterdam, that was what I was lacking. I was always making a bit of money, which was grand, but I had no fucking life. Now I do have a life. Like, I'm training in the mornings, doing my day's work during the day, wrapping up for 4 o'clock, have my whole evening to do whatever I want, and it's brilliant. Like, nothing better going to the gym when it's quiet than going at fucking 5 o'clock after everyone else has done work and you're fighting over machines.
That's the thing too. Like, whenever you are in that routine, because I've worked away as well myself in different spots, and it's like because you work away, you work longer. Because it's
Mm.
like, what else are we going to do? We're not at home. So after you work longer, you come home in the evenings. Most of the boys are either going for a few pints or it's just you end up eating shite. There's no gym probably near you sometimes for me. And then you kind of fall into this toxic habit of you're kind of prioritizing your work and not your health, not your diet. So obviously for you, you were saying like you haven't had this for years. Now you have that time freedom. Talk me through then, bro. Like because only in 3 weeks you landed this role,
Mm.
right? So straight away you replace your income straight away. Talk me through like the commission structure and everything on your offer.
So mine is a bit different. It's a base pay. So when I landed, you're guaranteed your base. Uh, that was 37K, and then on top of that, you have a commission structure. So depending on the leads that you're booking in for the closers or the AEs, just depending on the deal size, it can differ. But yeah, you're guaranteed a base pay of 37K, which
Beautiful.
is probably the average person's wage, working a 9 to 5 job. And I'm working from the house, plus you're getting commissions every month on top of that wage, and you're not killed, let's just say that. You're having a very, very good lifestyle, like.
Well, like in saying that though, right? You're guaranteed your pay and you've unlimited comms on top of that. Like, so for you, it's like you can have, you know, decent pay and not be killed, and you can still have the freedom, still have the time, and if you want to work your balls off at the same time and make basically as much money as possible, then because you have the commission structure there.
100%. The base is guaranteed, like. So if you want to come in and be lazy, like, and it'll be a waste, to be honest. But uh, it's sort of that wee bit of comfort probably for people. Maybe when they come into the start, they might be a bit mindful, but having the unlimited comms is the main thing. That's what you want to go after, and that's what you want to strive towards. Hit your targets. Looks good for you, looks good for the company, and then obviously that's how you progress as well and move up in this game. So it's all good, like.
Aye, because then you kind of have we'll say the peace of mind, right? That I can focus on developing the skills. Obviously, I can be in Trinity, be on the coaching calls,
Mm.
learn from myself, the other mentors there, and then also learn and adapt and get better on the offer as well without kind of worrying like, fuck, I have to close this deal or I have to book this in, otherwise I'm not going to get paid. But on top of that, lad, right? Despite you now having the freedom that you wanted, the time freedom to be able to focus on your own health, structure your days around you, right? What do you feel like's been kind of one of the biggest changes for you from joining Trinity?
Uh, I would say probably my lifestyle overall, that in terms of how I'm spending time at the weekends. Uh, when I was younger, maybe even traveling, and before I joined, I was probably running to the bar most weekends, to be honest with you, like, and probably what most people do because they don't really have any sense of direction.
Yeah.
Uh, you're just probably comes down to boredom and just feeling a bit lost, so you go out in the beer. But I feel like now I have something to work towards, which is equally as important as actually, already getting the role and getting stuff. I'm still on a journey of where I want to go. So
Yeah.
just apply myself every day, keep myself accountable. Like I'm actually working off Google Calendar and stuff now every day. They have my day set up and structured. Like if you had said that to me last year, I probably would have laughed at you. But
What the
uh,
fuck's Google Calendar probably last time last year?
100%. So I feel like just I the sales is great, but just to probably improve my whole lifestyle as a person in terms of my attitude towards life and just where I want to be and the type of person I want to become like. So I feel like overall it's helped me massively because all the boys in the group are on the same direction as well.
Yeah.
Everyone's there to get better, help each other, and push each other on. Whereas maybe some of the boys that I've been friends with all my life are still pulling you to go to the bar on a Saturday, and you do have to say no, but. It's just having that change in direction of where you want to go and sticking to it like.
See, that's the thing, lad. It's like it can go both ways. It can be like, I now have this freedom. When my alarm goes off in the morning, I have no fucking site manager. I have no boss breathing down my neck here, hounding me out
Mhm.
of bed, right? You now have to hold yourself accountable. And obviously, it's very easy for lads to go into self-destructive mode where they sleep in and miss the alarm. They're meant to go train, they don't train, right? And then what happens is it just kind of be this, all these almost negative defeats in your head, and and it's very easy to go into self-destruct mode every time you do it. So that's obviously why when you come in, we break down for you how to structure your day on Google Calendar, how to show up for yourself. You're held accountable in the group because you're surrounded with lads that are 18, 19, 20, 21 years of age that are fucking
Mhm.
doing really well. So it's that push for you to almost want to do better. But regardless of all this, seeing where you're at, where you started at, obviously only in 3 weeks, landing that role off the tools for good. If let's say you were someone, lad, right? Maybe who does want to get into something online, who is maybe in a similar situation to yourself, lad, who's maybe
Mhm.
thinking, you know what, fuck, I'm on the fence, or I don't know if it's going to be for me. What advice would you have for them, lad?
Ah, well, for me, whenever I first joined and was on the fence, my advice, well, what my feeling was just being afraid, lad, just having fear and having doubt in my mind that was holding me back. What I would say is just probably having the balls to just take that first step, because it's always the worst step, like. But once you take it and you get into it, then you'll not look back. If you really want to have a life of freedom, if you really want, to get control of your life and not be working to your 65 and working for somebody else, then this is it. Like 100% come in and apply yourself, and you're going to get results. So I feel like if you're thinking about it and you're on the fence, then you probably know deep down if you're having that inclination that this is what you want to do. You want to break away from your old habits, your old lifestyle, and go down a new journey and a new path.
Beautiful.